Hello, everyone, and welcome to a slightly spookier edition of the CCL. Today, we're going to have the York Spartan Strikers versus RIT Orange. I'm a scruffy-looking Patrick Bateman. Let's take a look at Paul Allen's card.
Just a cowboy over here, y'all. Just got everything on. Yes, I got the boots.
Truly horrifying.
Yeah,
Texarkana is a different place, all right?
It's slightly scary. Sorry for the delay. We're going to head right into our picks and bans here. Ban number 1 comes out from RIT with Tycho Temple. Thoughts on this?
Tycho Temple is a very fun map to play on. I really enjoy the angles you can get with the bouncing, with bouncers, the drums, however you want to call them. A lot can be done with those. You can also go for kills off of them, of course, so it can be a little bit of a fusion between core control and kills. We'll have to see how these players play them, but either way it works, it should be really interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Ban number 2 is AtLab, which very interesting. Obviously, Tycho's will get banned. AtLab is a very interesting ban. And our first map is Aten City, which we don't typically see a lot here in the CCL, which is RIT's map pick.
Yeah, I for every reason I thought you said that they picked Tycho Temple. That's my bad there. Aten City being picked. That is a rare one indeed. A lot of people don't like it because Aten City is very quick. It's very easy to take down the barrier, and it's very hard to defend it. And so a lot of people just say, you know what, we'll take the maps that have the 2 barriers, or at least one that's easier to defend. But whenever a team takes Aten City, it's usually because they really like those core control picks, things like the Estelle, the Juno, the Kai, and a brawler like a Zentaro that can, dash around the map. There's also a chance of seeing an Octavia coming out, depending on how that works, and the Awakenings, of course, but should be fun.
Yeah, given RIT Orange does love their core control. So I mean, looking at their characters in the stat sheet, I definitely expected them to pick Aten, and York chose Clarion, which we also don't see often in the CCL either.
Yeah, the Clarion Test Chamber is a map that is actually rapidly climbing to the top of competitive play. A lot of teams like it, and it's sort of replacing Oni Village in the Big 3. But in the CCL, where it's a lot more about comfort picks, a map that has 5 variants just isn't comfortable. It's a lot more difficult to learn all the angles on all of them. And it really can just be just a really big stumbling block for a lot of teams. They usually opt to ban it. But when a team does go on it usually means they're confident, usually means there's a rune involved of some kind. But we'll see how that works out today.
Yeah, given York did push Texas, I would say that they are very, very confident against RIT, which is supposedly one of the better teams in the league. I'm not sure they're better than Texas, but it's pretty close. Night Market and Demon Die. Demon Die almost falls through. We almost had the 3 least picked maps in the CCL almost in the same series. But the leftover map is Imes.
We do like a good Imes game. A lot of murder, a lot of death. Pretty spooky.
Yeah, very spooky map if we can get to it. I definitely expect a Rasmus ban from either one of these sides.
Yeah, that is one of the biggest things of it. Yeah, a pretty interesting thing, though, is York Spartan Strikers' most played map, Night Market, most banned map, Imes map. So they're actually getting a little bit of their comfort and a little bit of their kryptonite, so to speak. So if this goes to the full 3 sets, then York Spartan Strikers might actually be at a little bit of a disadvantage there, having not played on the Imes app all that much.
I don't think they... No, I think... You said they played Night Market. Night Market hasn't been picked. Night Market was banned.
I am so... Why am I like this? I'm just gonna blame it that I'm not wearing my glasses to fully commit to the Patrick Bateman, but I'm
They
doing a
picked
little too much
Clarion,
yapping.
which has a 100% win rate for them. That might have been why, but we're hopping in here to A10 City.
But either way, I'm easy.
I wasn't paying attention.
The red side, I believe, is the York Spartan Strikers. So the blue side is the Spartan Strikers, because that's what I'm reviewing with Wolfman. I was seeing red because I'm just all over the place today. I'm just going to be quiet.
So, RIT has definitely done their homework. We see the Atlas, we see the Estelle, we should see a Zentaro coming out here from, I forget the person's, I think it's Mollymonth, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, that will be Molly on the Centauro. This is played right into the hands of RIT Orange, for sure. Hopefully York is able to keep up with the core control and the speed of all three of them. As Mollymonth almost picks up a barrier.
Yeah, and there is the barrier taken right there. The barrage also misses, and that's going to allow Mollymonth to get the first goal here. 12-second point, and that is why Aten City is normally banned. You lose control of the core for half a second, and it's in the net suddenly. Even if your barrier's up, it basically doesn't exist. It just evaporates. But we see Wolfman really likes this kickoff here. That's the second time in a row here out of 2 points. Unfortunately, it's going to result in the barrier going down, but not quite the goal just yet. Beepo going up with the astral projection as well. Really nice passive to Crimbus. Not intercepted by the barrage there. A little bit of tech there from Mollymonth, and that's going to be a piercing shot to Quangle onto the goalie. Aether Echo is trying to do something, trying to buy a little bit of time. Big Bro is in the net, buying a little bit more time. 5 seconds until Limey is way too long as Mollymonth takes the point.
RIT is just outlaying York. Absolutely outplaying, outgunning, outmaneuvering, everything. As thus far. But we'll see. Ooh, interesting touch from Wolfman.
Yep, Wolfman really likes these cyber swipe into strike combos. Ooh, Mollymonth just taking the corner of the barrier there. Doesn't win the strike war, but does get the rebound off the Soren angle. And that is going to be a very quick set. 12-second points, and I think the other was only slightly longer. Nothing in overtime. This is going to be a quick game. Even if we have something a reverse sweep, it's going to be a quick game with how long these points are lasting. No Dash Awakenings for the Zentaro, though, but something like a 1-2 punch or a Spark of Agility, Spark of Resilience to start building up the sparks. Not too bad. He's going to go for the speed.
Speed for Zentaro, just more speed, even more deadly, and Aimee picks up Knife's Edge as Estelle picks up, obviously, Deadeye. Also kind of taking away from Kai, who takes Unstoppable.
Yeah, and that's actually really big. You do not want the enemy goalie getting that Unstoppable. So good pickup there to deny Atlas from getting that. Although Atlas does get the Timeless Creator, which is pretty nice, especially on App to get that little bit of extra range. So I don't think there's really a loss in this draft. If it's anyone, it's going to be the Deadeye on the Estelle, just because there's not as many kills. We've already seen one this game. We see both barriers going down, though. And, I mean, you're not unhappy with the Deadeye on the Estelle.
Doesn't Deadeye deal more damage before, too? Meaning it can send it farther or faster, I believe?
That it does.
6.5%, and more damage per range, I believe?
I'm pretty sure it's a flat value. It's just if it's beyond a certain threshold, it does more, but I could be completely wrong on that. But anyways, we have some nice... Giga Blast is really nice. Aether Echo zooming up the field, though, but not quite enough. Mollymonth just keeps getting the core over and over again, but not quite able to get it here. We might be going into overtime. 10 more seconds on that. But that's not... I jinxed it immediately. Big Bro gets the pass from Aether Echo and puts it down to the net. Wolfman also going up there with the Firewall Sentry, just to be a little bit of extra assurance.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just me or if there was a little bit of lag, which kind of juked everybody up. And I don't know who picked that up. That was Crimbus or Molly. Beepo to Crimbus. And Aaron's teleport from Crimbus was able to push that one through. Core flip, then Taro! What a save by Wolfman.
Yeah, Wolfman of the G. Not going to let things go. Ooh, Beepo also missing the core flip there, unfortunately. Ether Echo getting the barrier, having a little bit more forward pressure. Big Bro also going forward. The Cypher Swipe is really nice, but doesn't get the rebound. Molly gets it into the goal. The glitch pop is a little too wide, but the hook from Big Bro is amazing. Gets it down to the bottom. Beepo still in the defense, though, not going to let it go quite so easily. Crimbus also in the net. The secondary from Rasmus not quite able to get the pass cleanly, but Ether Echo has the core. The Astral Projection interrupts Molly running forward, sprinting with the ultimate as well, but it's not enough. It's interrupted, and the Barrage gets it in at the last second there.
Great defensive orientation there from RIT, but even better offensive planning from York, who has scored 2 straight goals in this set. The stun from Big Bro and Aether with the barrage. Crimbus there picks up a barrier.
Yeah, we see just amazing defense here from Beepo. Immediately as I say something, though, the barrage goes down. Beepo is really able to use these astral projections to interrupt a lot of the play from the York Spartans. So the fact that they're still getting these goals here is really nice. And it actually is, they're taking a really nice lead in the set. They might even get a little bit more, but Cyber Swipe and Glitch Pop both miss. Firewall Sentry as well. That's every one of Wolfman's abilities, and he has nothing left from Molmanef. Puts the first point on the board for RIT Orange in this set. Potentially looking to reverse sweep here. They did take that first set pretty convincingly. So good to see York Spartans firing back, but they have to get just one more point to bridge it out.
A great vision there from Beepo, seeing the pass through the middle. As it's very heavy in RIT's end, but Mollymonk gets it out.
Yeah, a little bit of a cheeky back pass there from Echo. Has to glitch pop, does Wolfman. The core flip is really nice, but it's interrupted good by Crimbus. The cyber swipe, though, with the glitch pop. But Mollymaneth is on top of things, forces out the core flip from the IME. The piercing shot not able to secure things. Good defense there by Wolfman. As we see the pass down to Echo, the Crystal Thorns goes a little bit wide as well. Beepo forced a core flip there, but really nice. Gets the barrier as well. It's an open goal on both sides. The core flip from Mollymaneth. Interrupted by the barrage. Ether Echo also has his own core flip there to use up to the top, but really nicely defended. Rose Rope as well to secure. Beepo going up to the top, but goes around Crimbus, and Big Bro is going to put it in the net, tying it up a 1-1 set.
And just like that, we are tied, as you said, and that was, I don't know what did it. It just looked like York was going to get just destroyed in this game, and York has turned it around convincingly so. As it looked, we thought this was going to be very, very fast. You even mentioned this could have been really quick, and now we're expecting a very long one on game 1. Depending on what awakenings we get, as a Stacks Rasmus comes out, Atlas still hasn't taken anything. He will take Rapid Fire, and Ego Kai, Hot Shot Estelle, Perfect Form, and Spark. That is the second Spark for Molly.
Yeah, I think there the Atlas wanted to hang up the draft a little to see if maybe the IME wouldn't deny the perfect form away from the Zentaro, just kind of leave that open if it's a potential thing. So if Zentaro gets that, it's amazing. But in the end, IME did deny that, so didn't get the options of Manu. Good defense there by Wolfman. Amazing as well off the back of that, with just a strike left. Barrage, though, goes a little bit wide as the core just goes behind the Kai. Dribble up the field is really nice. The passing play as well up to the top, but it's not quite just enough. The Cyber Swipe is really good, and Big Bro threads the needle, taking us up 1-0. York Spartans on a bit of a tear here. But that is kind of the magic. Oh, sorry, go.
Yeah, they're using their speed to their advantage. I completely forgot that the speed of Kai and Rasmus, I just completely forgot about it. As Crimbus snipes it away from Aether. Volley one-on-one! Not able to push it through. Crimbus. Great dribble there. As Aether pushes it into... Ooh, and waits a core flip.
Yeah. Really good there by the side of, honestly, both teams. Just really good passing play here. Good intercepts from both sides. But we do see an amazing ult there. Or basically an ult from Atlas. The secondary feels like an ult so many times on the defense. It just is the way to stop the core. Really nicely done. Crimbus going to whiff the core flip there. Unfortunately, the hook and the Firewall Sentry and the strike as well. The full team helping out to get that barrier. But you need that much to get through this Atlas. Good pass there up to Crimbus. Over to Malamineth. Down, bounce off the bottom. The pendulum swing not enough to get it through because this Cosmic Expanse just so well used by Beepo. Holding onto the core flip as well. Ooh, and that's going to be a kill. The core flip from Almaneth is a little bit wide. We got the kill first. The core flip goes out from Beepo, but a counter flip really well done by Wolfman, turning the 2v3 power play into a goal.
What a point. That's just, what a series of events. I have no words for that point. That point was absolutely insane. Great play from both. It could have went either way with this point, and potentially even this series too. Molly is able to push it in there. Easy setup, easy goal. It is 2-1 in set 3.
Yeah, RIT Orange able to get this 1 point in the back 2 sets here, but can they get any more? That's going to be the question here, as York Spartans, they do have a lot of momentum in this game. They're really good at securing the core at the passes. The intercept there was not perfect with the Rose Warp, with the eye rush. The cyber swipe into Glitch Pop is really nice, gets it forward, keeps it on RIT's side of the field, and that's exactly what you want as IME. You want to keep it forward as far as possible. They're passing back and forth. The barrage goes wide, but the strike, the core gets passed right back to Echo there. A little bit of a misplay from the defense, and the core goes back to their side. The Giga Blast doesn't quite get the angle that Echo was hoping for. Malmaneth, though, forcing out the Glitch Pop, forcing out, in the end, just a strike to get the barrier open goal, but the core flip is up. Gonna ult it, and actually really nicely played. Core flip out of Crimbus as well. So many things used, and Malmaneth is just gonna guide that in with the secondary as well, just in case Wolfman had any of those.
There's so many little things from both teams. Beepo with slight miscalculations on his primaries, and just missed core flips on both sides. This is as close as you can get as we round, whoa, what a save from Beepo. This is as we round, get into week 8 and week 7 where teams are more balanced. You're going to see very close matchups, so keep an eye on I'd say every game here in week 7. There's some exciting matchups as Mollyville dashes ahead of both defenders to take that goal. And the second set for RIT.
Yeah, and that's that dash range from the Chrono Boost with the speed as well. Option to pick up explosive entrance, but there's also that spark of focus, and when you have 2 sparks, getting that third is really amazing. So we're going to see what the Malmaneth goes for here. Might even hang up the draft to see. Nope, going to go for the spark of focus. Has cooldown speed and damage. Just an amazing combo to have there. Probably the best 3 sparks. Resilience is okay, it's there, but especially on Atten, kills aren't happening as much. But the aerials on Aimee is another amazing one. It buffs every single one of her abilities just so well. So really good to see that pick up there.
We see a fight or flight go to Rasmus, which he definitely needed, because, he has a spark of resilience, which isn't really going to do him much here, given, I believe he's already been killed once. And then we had a explosive entrance on Crimbus, cast on Kai, and a prime time for Beepo, which is a lot of primaries. Oh! Well, speaking of Rasmus dying, Rasmus is dead. Once again.
Yeah.
The Molly, and Molly just sent it to the bottom corner and pushes it in for an easy goal.
Yep, really well played. Crimbus is just on the lookout for every single one of these Quengals with that Deadeye, just doing so much damage at that max range. Just that very end of it is going to hit like a truck, and Big Bro is really just playing a little bit too close to the edges here, but a good barrier secure. The barrage as well, but it's not perfect because that Conflict Expanse was amazing. The hook back and the pendulum swing as well is not quite enough. We have so many abilities being used, but in the end, the barrier just goes down to the rebound. Really nicely done. Malmaneth has a really nice bit of tech there, striking up into the primary. Doesn't even need to use the core flip, and that's a 19-second goal, and that is 1 point away from RIT Orange taking game 1.
You have all 3 core flips here for RIT. This should be game set. Not game set match, but just game and set. For RIT, given they have such a huge energy advantage. Molly with some fantastic touches in that previous series, the previous goal. Oh, whoa, a burnt core flip from Crimpus. That looked like it hit at first. Molly looking very, very low. As Wolfman passes it backward, and it's just over at that point with too many touches in the box. Game 1 goes to RIT.
Yeah, really well played by RIT Orange. The MVP Malmaneth really just showing how much you can do with the Dash Awakening on Zentaro there, and especially the Sparks. Not even an unsung hero, a very much sung hero, but Sparks, as always, are amazing. Speed Spark on Atten City is probably one of the best. On City, I'd say generally the best combo is speed and cooldown. Throwing the strength in there as well is also amazing. So really just an absolute build from Malamaneth with the support of Crimbus to get the core to him every single time to set up so many goals. And then Beepo as well on that defense, just holding down the line, especially on a map like Otten City where it's so difficult to do that. Playing up, getting the extra creation size for the Cosmic Expanse, and also using that astral projection so aggressively to prevent the plays from being set up. Just a really good team comp from RIT Orange, everyone playing to their strengths and playing to each other's strengths as well.
Yeah, we saw a 14-minute banger, really. This was a heck of a game. It could have went either way. We see 14k, almost 15k damage from Mollymonth. And Wolfman had 117 redirects. I mean, those numbers in a 14-minute game aren't something to sleaze at from both teams. As we turn back to us, these numbers are impressive given it was a 14-minute game. I'm just interested about how this Clarion map will go.
Yeah, I mean, Clarion, of course, is a map of many variants. But the thing here, if I'm reading the draft right this time, that was RIT's map, Otten City. They picked it, they had a game plan going into that, and I would say they played it pretty well. They took 3 sets. They did lose 1 set to the York, but we're now going to York's home territory this time with the Clarion Test Chamber, looking to lock it in on their own territory, on their own terms. But of course, even if York wins this game and takes it to the best of 3, it's going to be settled on that IME Zap, which is their least played or most banned map. So it is going to be interesting to see how that all goes down.
We have a Aerials and Spark of Focus start. And going back to what you were saying, ironically enough, RIT also has a 100% win rate on Clarion. They have played it 1 more time than York. So this will be very, very interesting. Both teams coming into this with 100% win rates. The advantage goes to RIT on this map because they've played it once more. Slightly once more. And we see a double INI hover for York. I believe there was a Kazan ban, and I don't know what the other ban was. Were you paying attention, AJ?
I was listening to you and looking at the Awakenings, so someone was banned.
I guess
We're gonna
we'll here in a second. We see a Juliet and an Estelle pop out, and I believe that the Juliet is obviously Molly. I believe it was a Zentaro ban.
Zentaro is picked.
Oh yeah, I'm blind.
Does happen. I was blind earlier. It's fine. We just switch it up. You know, it's the Halloween curse. Everyone's a little bit blind. It happens. You know, the fog rolls in. That's just how it be sometimes. Now I'm really hoping this is a Dubu on the 3rd pick for the Cannon team, because it would be hilarious to see that. But something tells me it's not going to be that. Might even be the Atlas again, unless that was what the ban was. But we do see an Asher, and Asher goalie, pretty solid. Probably going to take the Spark of Focus. Honestly, most people in the game will take the Spark of Focus. There is a chance for the Zentaro to go aerials, and there's a chance for the Estelle to go aerials. But it actually looks like we have kind of an opposite prediction there. Zentaro the only one not going aerials on his team there. Ether Echo and Wolfman both going to go aerials. Of course, aerials is very good if you have a dash and projectile. It is one of the best pickups, so definitely understandable. But a little bit interesting to see not too many Spark of Focuses picked up, but 1 on each team. That's kind of the requirement in a Spark start, is 1 person takes it, just so you can have 1 person to at the very least deny some Sparks later on if need be. But we see 1 berry going down, almost 2 by Molly, but Wolfman is not going to let that happen. And of course, this map has 2 barriers, so you can lose 1, no problem. You know, the first one's kind of free. Don't worry about it. But the second one there, Malamaneth securing that one really nicely, even going for a little bit of a cheeky dash punch to try and secure the goal itself, but not quite going to get it. As we see, a little bit more stability here. And then we see Big Bro taking that second barrier there. The hook is up top, and it doesn't quite get anything done.
Yep. Easy goal there for Big Bro and Aether. This is a new character for Beepo. I don't believe we've seen Beepo run in Asher this season yet. As we've seen him run in Atlas, and a Now. So there is a slight possibility that I don't know who else is banned. Maybe chat has it. Core flip denied by the center orb. Oh, and a burnt core flip from Beepo. Second barrier picked up from York. Molly moves one-on-one. Oh, somebody died.
Yeah. Core flip as well from Almaneth up to the top, though, so even in that negative power play, able to take a barrier, but Big Bro almost able to get that really nice defense there by Beepo. Almaneth buying time in the corner, but losing a lot of health for that. The core goes for another cycle around the map. Ether Echo dashing back with the secondary there, trying to sprint and get some assistance, but Wolfman just kind of defends for a little bit, buys enough time. We see Almaneth still very low, still very staggered, but not dead yet. Gonna be beaten out to the orb and killed as well. The flurry from Zentaro enough to get it done in the power plays. Just keep chaining together here. No! Big Bro finds the angle.
Just barely sneaks through that top or bottom corner if you're on that side, given how everything is flipped. Very KO heavy, like the board, like the desk said. Very KO heavy, and we are seeing it here from the Zentaro and Rasmus. As, once again, RIT is being... Oh, Wolfman, own barrier. As RIT is being pushed here. Molly almost pushing in, not able to capitalize on anything at all. Finally is able to capitalize a few dribbles, but that turret is just going to deny Molly. And that one, oh, what a save, but dead.
Yeah, doesn't matter how many times you save it, if you do die for it, it leads to the power play, and that's another kill, double kill for Echo as he gets the core as well as a nice little bonus. And that's going to be a set, the first set here by the Spartans, as they're looking to take this game in very convincing fashion. You know, there were a lot of good, close moments there, but overall, this set was very much tending towards the Spartans. It means Zentaro gets Super Surge here, also potentially Explosive Entrance, but either or he's pretty happy with. Gonna go for the Explosive Entrance there. And then the Asher gets, you know, extra special is not bad, but it's also not her best in slot. A Catalyst falling to the Rasmus is amazing. And there's a lot of people kind of getting all right things, not great things. I mean, Julie potentially gets the Adrenaline Rush here, which is pretty good. And a Super Surge falling to the Estelle is also nice. But Timeless Creator on that Imi is going to mean so much pressure from Wolfman, who's been playing so aggressively with those hits.
Yeah, we saw this on the previous map, just not as fast. Maybe RIT will be able to turn this around. But given all this pressure that's coming out, I'm not sure if they will be able to. But again, we'll see. There's still plenty of game left as Molly is taking a lot of damage. The defensive shield from Beepo is able to hold things away. Molly is now big, still very, very low on health. Beepo is able to get over there for the save. One-on-one, Molly just hits it into the turret.
Yeah, and that turret just gets it forward every single time. Malmeth taking a lot of damage, but no death just yet. And even gets a barrier there. Really nice aggression by RIT. Crimbus, ooh, almost a self-pass there with the glitch pop from Wolfman, but he got the strike at the end, so it worked out. That's going to be another orb getting taken in the middle. This time goes to Zentaro. He has a wonderful combo down onto Juliet Molyneux, going off the field. The core as well is really nice. The exercise is coming so in handy there as he sends it to the bottom for a goal.
Just a lot of damage. I'm shocked that the dash punch didn't kill. Oh, there was a dash punch earlier from Molly, and it just didn't kill. And Molly was further beyond whoever she was punching, whoever they were punching.
Yeah, it's one of the problems. There's no damage on this Juliet. She went Slicks, Spark of Focus, and Adrenaline Rush, so she's going to have a lot more dash punches, but they're not really going to be super high quality. So she really has to get a very fortunate angle, or just focus on getting the barriers. As a double barrier goes down, that's going to be one kill on each side. Zentaro and Julie, both the brawlers going down here. Echo playing up, Beepo trying to dribble to buy a little bit of time here. But one barrier being taken by Echo is really nice. Second barrier taken, Wolfman, really nice cyber swipe there. The glitch pop goes a little bit short there, not quite enough range. The Crystal Thorns almost got a goal there, but Big Bro was able to defend.
8 tiers looking up, and Estelle dies. Easy goal there for Big Bro, and just everyone is just there to cover. 2-0 in set 2. York looking very, very dominant.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot more to say right there. I mean, that was dominant. lot of unfortunate, like, unluckiness even, you know, the dash punch missing and things like that, but just York playing this map really well here, playing the kill comp really well. Everyone, it seems, there's always someone staggered on the side of RIT. They can't play the game how they want to. The Blick as well, the kill into the goal. Wonderful play there. Echo setting it up, Big Bro, seeing that there is now suddenly a vacancy as the midfielder was just sent off the side of the map. Really well played there. And it's going to be the IME MVP there. Not as expected because, you know, not the kills, not the super flashy plays there, but Wolfman was really doing a lot. They're securing barriers, using the ultimate so well. Gets rolled with something like a Deadeye, Knife's Edge, Spark of Strength. So many good options here to pick up on this. I'm going to hang the draft for a little bit, see what comes the way of that. It's going to be the Spark of Strength falling down to Zentaro. We have, I mean, Big Bro really likes the Sparks. He likes the Spark builds, denies as well the stack from Julie. That would have been amazing to get on her. And yeah, that's going to be Julie kind of just stacks on stacks. I mean, it falls all the way to the end of the draft. This is a pretty good one. However, if you're getting killed, stacks on stacks could also just be a non-awakening. If you die, it gets reset to 0 and basically doesn't exist. So Moneth is really going to have to worry about staying alive.
Yeah, which is very hard. Look at their levels as compared to everyone else. Krimbus is the highest level here, taking a lot of damage and basically dead in the water already, given it's just in their end. Both forwards are low, and the level 3 is gone. The level 3 is already gone, and oh, wait, Aether and Big Bro are both low. Oh, well, speaking of the Estelle gone, it is now just the Asher. Aether is looking really, really low. Not able to capitalize on taking the kill since they need to defend. And that one's going to go in from the turret and just popping on over to finish the job.
Yeah, I mean, Wolfman with the cyber swipe to secure there, but I think it was going to go in from the firewall sentry anyways. Bit of a misplay from Beepo on that, but you can really start to see some of the nerves these players are under. As, you know, a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes there, like that as well. Zentaro going down to the Quangle, but 2 barriers go down in response to the blood sacrifice there, dying to get 2 barriers. Pretty worthy trade at the end of the day. Krimbus nearly dying there. Wolfman going for a cheeky dribble there backwards. Does actually get a nice clear there. Both barriers still standing for now. Dribble up to the top. Rose Warp is amazing. Not quite the perfect angle to secure the goal there. But that's going to be a second barrier going down. Malmaneth taking a lot of damage for that barrier, but doesn't open the goal. The glitch pump is dodged away from. Corflip was really nice from Beeple, but it's intercepted by Echo. You have the Crystal Phones pushing forward. Malmaneth trying to go forward, but has to dodge, spend all the energy over there. A Krimbus down at the bottom. Rosewarp forward into strike. Really well done there. We saw that, I mean, even Malmaneth, super low in HP, was able to just keep Wolfman from passing up to the top just because of the positioning. Even super low, you can still strike. So just good positioning there by Malmaneth, even as she's getting rolled down.
Great save there from Beepo. Molly picks up, almost picks up 2. With a fair play strike from Wolfman. Ooh. Able to pick that one up. Oh, if that ultimate would have waited just one more second, that probably would have been in. Falls to Molly with 4-foot from Krimbus, sends it straight in. Are they on the verge of a comeback?
They might be, and this is really big for that mental game I was talking about earlier. One of the best ways to overcome nerves is to just score a goal against your opponent. It just just helps you to level your head so much better than just about anything else saying, oh wait, no, actually we can do this. This isn't insurmountable. This is able to be overcome. Malmaneth, though, great defense from Wolfman, stopping that dash punch. It can be so difficult, but if you get that strike timing perfect. Ooh, Wolfman missing that cyber swipe. The kill as well onto the Estelle is really nice to start something up. Malmaneth trying to get that second barrier, but it's defended by Wolfman. Echo using the core flip there, but Beepo has that primary. Really nicely done. The barrier being so good at that defense. But second barrier goes down. Beepo super low on HP. The glitch pump gets the top, and that's going to be Asher getting killed, and Big Bro and Aether Echo giving the goalie the goal there. Nicely done. Good sportsmanship.
Just a lot of pressure there from York. Just taking control of the situation again. Just taking control of the game. And just doing what they do best. Kill and score.
Yeah, it is a kill comp played to a T. It's a ton of damage. Rasmus, Zentaro, IME. Core flip is really nice from Wolfman as well. Stops, just gets the core right through, but good defense from Beepo. Not quite perfect alignment from the Zentaro EI rush there, but Wolfman is just keeping the core on this right side of the field. The core just cannot get to this Julie. Juliet. Jeez, I can't talk. But we almost see it there. I was about to pop off there, but just the bounce was not in favor of RIT. Their second barrier goes down. The Firewall Sentry is still going because of the Timeless Creator there. And Ether Echo using the core flip, gonna send it almost through.
Great deny by Molly, able to pick up one after an arid bounce off. Oh, well. Brawl on brawler violence. Aether not able to push it through. And that one will go through, as both brawlers are just in people's face. We are going to a game 3.
That we are on Imy's app, and honestly, from what I can tell of York Spartans, I don't think they should be banning Imy's app as much. They are playing this Rasmus pick really well. They're playing the kill comp really well. Maybe they just don't like Imy's app, but it seems to me that they play the hallmarks of the map really well. And so I am a little bit less afraid for the York Spartans going into this match after seeing that absolute, just amazing performance of the kill comp there. And we see, you know, on the control-heavy Auten City, we saw RIT winning. York Spartans really played the damage comp well, really just played it perfectly. It always felt like someone on the side of RIT was staggered. They were always capitalizing on something. Even if they weren't getting the kill, they were pushing them around to make sure that they couldn't get the positioning they wanted. There was always something going for York Spartans in terms of controlling the enemies, and when they got the kills, they either got a goal or got another kill to chain it together. It was just a 2v3 so often for RIT.
Yeah, the damage really tells the story here. 22k damage from Big Bro, 16 and 15k from Echo and Wolf. Most damage from RIT was 11k from Crimbus. Just taking control of Molymund and just sending them into the abyss. Now to Imy's, I believe the reason why they don't pick Imy's app is because since Rasmus is getting banned on Imy's, there's no point for them to run Imy's. They'd have to run an Estelle, maybe. And in this situation, I don't know what's going to happen here, because we see RIT pick up Estelle, which would leave Aether on a Kai. For Imy's. And we already know that we're probably going to end up seeing we might see a Zentaro ban from York, and we're probably definitely going to see a Rasmus ban on the side of RIT.
I think that actually does depend a little bit, because of course, having lost the last game, RIT does get that side selection option. Now they're still hovering on red side now. They could be debating things, but it does seem they did just swap over to blue side. So when it comes down to this, if you're red side, you're usually the one banning Rasmus because blue side gets that first pick. And even if they don't really play Rasmus that well, getting the deny pick and being able to ban something else can be really amazing. And an average Rasmus on Imy's app becomes an amazing Rasmus. And all of these players, I would say, can play an average Rasmus at the very least. But yeah, so we do have a situation where most likely, now what you did say could come to pass if they really are afraid of the Rasmus. We could see a Rasmus ban coming out of RIT. In fact, we could see potentially a funny thing where both teams ban Rasmus because they're afraid. But I think most likely we're going to see a red side York Spartans Rasmus ban. And that leaves the world open for RIT to ban whatever they want. They could ban that Imy goalie that's been giving them such a thorn in their side. They can ban away the Zentaro and try to pick a Juliet later. There's so many different ways that this draft could go, but it's almost definitely going to be Rasmus pick ban first, and most likely picked by... I don't imagine a world where Rasmus gets through ban phase and through first pick over to the York Spartans.
Yeah, given Molymund has ran Rasmus a few times this season, I definitely think that York will probably ban Rasmus, given they've been very good on Rasmus. But now here's where the mind games come into play. Do they ban Rasmus and hope that Molymund goes with a Juliet pick, Or do they just go ahead and ban Rasmus and just hop on the Kai? It's gonna be very, very interesting to see what both of these teams do. We'll have to wait a few minutes to find out. But this is gonna be a very interesting game 3, given it's a 50% win rate for RIT and a 1-1 for, or I believe it's a 1-1 for York. I might be wrong. Let me double check this.
While you're doing
I'm wrong. It's a 3-1. They have played this map 3 times and only won it once. So
That's
very, I'd say very even for both of these teams. It just comes down to team comp and who takes more kills, I believe. Which, from what we've seen, will definitely be York. York very well might take this and beat the desk, other than, I think, Borg. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it does definitely. There is a lot to go into the pick ban of this, and I think Rasmus being the center of it. But whichever team comes out with a better kill comp is likely to win. This 100% agree there. And again, I mean, York Spartans, I'm kind of shocked with them not being super good at IME Zap. It could just be a weird thing with the angles. They don't quite know how to play around the hole. There's a lot of people that are really good at killing, but they're so good at killing that they never get killed themselves. They never develop that survival instinct, so they get to IME Zap and suddenly they're just getting killed time and time again because they don't know how to play around actually living. They just know how to kill so that there's no one to kill you. So potentially that is the way that York Spartans goes in this, but if they can stay alive and kill, that'll really be an amazing thing here. We do see going to have Castellas and Explosive Entrance, meaning that Zentaro is going to be a pretty premium pick here. Might see a Vice coming out here. The odd Rune might make an appearance, and if we have a person forced onto the Kai, won't be the worst to pick up either of those, because of course that Giga Blast is an impact and will be affected by the Explosive Entrance.
We see a IME ban come out here. Yep, York banned the Rasmus. They were afraid, as Mollymonth was already hovering Juliet. It looked like they were going to play Juliet anyways. And we see Grimace on the Era, which, well, and hopping back, I believe he might hop back over to the Estelle. And we see a now goalie from Beepo, which we might have seen it. Yeah, we have seen it. Once before, we've seen an Asher once before last game. And we see a Kazan and Drek come out for York.
Yeah, with that IME ban, it is a little bit less damage on the side of York. Now, of course, Kazan and Drakkar aren't the worst brawlers, but they're kind of like off brawlers. You usually have, some other source of damage, and then they can really get the kills. Of course, if you get the right awakenings, you can turn them into main brawlers. But this is going to be a bit of an interesting team comp from the side of York. They definitely have some kill potential, but a lot of it is going to be damage-based of just wearing them down. And when you have a now on the enemy team, it's going to be a lot harder to do. So much healing from the secondary and the ult is going to be coming out. And Julie doesn't have that weakness, and kind of neither does Estelle, especially with the knockback buff they recently did. So going to be interesting to see how the sort of damage versus knockback play goes. And I think it's really going to heavily favor the side of RIT, as we see first barrier, though, taken by York. Really nicely done by them. Hook, crooked leverage from Kazan, pass down to Echo, the dash punch, not quite enough. Mollymonth really good on this Julie, but not quite perfect on those barrier-getting dash punches, or rather, Wolfman is just really good at defending it against them. See the passes along the bottom here, Wolfman trying to get it over to the Drakkar. Big Bro gets it through with the strike into a shotgun, really nice. 28-second point for the first, a little bit longer than the Out in City points, but still quite a short point, as we see York taking the beginning of the lead, and that is a level 2 Kazan now. And when Kazan wins level 1, that's kind of a sign that things are really good for them, because Kazan level 1 is really weak.
Yeah, we saw a very interesting kickoff where all 3 of RIT players were lined up together. And for, I believe, Big Bro, we haven't seen a lot of Drek. Probably, at max, once or twice, if ever. And Wolfmang on the Kazan obviously is one of his go-tos when Aimi isn't available. And Molly with a kill and a goal. Very, very easy. As we are now tied at 1-1.
Yeah, nice find by Mollymaneth there. Able to use the ultimate and get just the edge of that ult to hit Wolfman, sending him into the goal with a surprising amount of knockback there. But that is the power of pummelers and explosive entry. You went from a 0 damage Julie to a full damage Julie. Barrier goes down, but Ether Echo is very low in health. We have a lot of damage going on to Kaya, but he's not dead just yet. Mollymaneth also misses the punch there. A little bit unfortunate. And the core is just in this bottom corner, can't be cleared out. Finally gets up to the Drakkar, who goes invisible, goes across the screen, tries to get forward. The Molten Bolt misses and is countered by a nice proximity drone there, or sentry drone there, whatever it is, from Now. As we see just the play kind of stabilizing a little bit, going back and forth here. Really nice defense by Wolfman against that flurry from Juliet. Yaya goes wide, but Echo still has control. The Roserorp doesn't get it a perfect clear, and Crimbus is just failing to get that angle on the center thing there, just down, but go for it.
Aether looking low, but recovers everything. Big Bro almost sniped off the side of the map by Crimbus. Mollymaneth one-on-one. Wolfman passes it around. Back into a defensive situation. One-on-one. Able to pick it up. Big Bro around the Dorito. And perfect. Perfect stall. Bait out the ability. Send it in. RIT are now on top.
Yeah, a really good first point there by the York Spartans, but just coming back, RIT Orange able to do so much in this. The barrier doesn't go down there. It was a nice angle from Drakkar. Good kill onto the Juliet, though. Nicely done. That's the power play. 2 versus 3. Can they do something? Roserorp says no. So far, Beepo is amazing on the defense. The Crystal Thorns as well. Really well played there. Crimbus passing down to the bottom. Big Bro passing up to Ether Echo, but it's not enough. Finally gets it the up-down into the barrier. That is all for one barrier, though. And Mollymaneth on the other side of the field. We see the dash punch missing, though, unfortunately. Doesn't quite get too much purchase there. A little bit of damage to Wolfman is nice, but finally gets the core down behind the barrier. Proximity drone gets it forward. The barrage doesn't quite get it, but the core flip is going to... No! Beepo, really good defense there with the arrow. Wolfman has the core available, going to use it there, gets it over to Drakkar, goes for the demon angle, but misses. Beepo is just so good on this defense, expecting every single offensive thing that happens from the side of York, and is just putting a stop to it every single time.
Big Bro going for a kill there on Molly. Oh, Molly almost kills Big Bro. Very, very close. Another defensive hold for RIT, and they just aren't able to hold. They run out of abilities. That was a heck of a save by Beepo. And we go to a 0.5 in the first set.
Yeah, amazing to see. And I mean, this is the first set being at 0.5 in an actual best of 3 here. This is a third map, first set, 5th point, and, you know, a sign of what's to come, I'm sure, as both teams will be trading quite a few blows back and forth. I don't imagine this being a 3-0 set, though. I could have just cursed it there. Giga Blast, though, predicted a down clear, but it wasn't quite the down clear. Really nicely done by Beepo, just playing the mind games well. Mollymaneth, though, with the flurry, able to get the barrier. Beepo playing really far up, also with the core flip. Gonna have to use it there because of well-timed shot. Molten Bolt is not enough. Mollymaneth almost getting it with a great dash sequence there, but doesn't get the angle. The piercing shot as well, not perfect. The shotgun and the barrage are going to get it clear for now. Drakkar rushing up forward invisibly, but not quite getting the perfect angle onto the barrier. Pass back and forth, send it through, but that's going to be Wolfman missing. Unfortunately, was going for the aggression onto Juliet, trying to contest the core going to her, but it just went right by and into the goal, so really nicely done.
Yeah, a perfect touch by Mollymaneth. If Mollymaneth doesn't touch that, that's probably going back towards Beepo. Now, as Now picks up probably, yeah, nice edge from Now, which, explain that one to me. That one's a little bit interesting.
That's a deny from Drakkar. You do not want to let Drakkar get Knife's Edge, because Knife's Edge on Aimi's app is probably one of the single most broken awakenings in the game, because effectively, if you are in the middle of the map, you always have it active. Because that center hole is kind of just far enough away where you kind of always have it. So it makes you so much faster, and if you're on that Drakkar, it just makes you so much more powerful and so much faster. It would have been great to give it to the Juliet, but there was just no way the Juliet was going to get that through the car. So you just have the now taken. It's pretty good on goalie as well. And of course, now running forward here, you can see all that speed on Bebo really coming in clutch there. Crystal Thorns not quite enough. Molimaneth, though, able to dash punch it through everybody, even without the knife's edge, putting in the work with the Spark of Strength, Explosive Entrance, and Pummeler's build. Just so much damage on this Juliet.
How about we talk about the rest of the pickups? We saw Molly stall a little bit. They didn't really pick anything up until the very end, only picking up a Spark of Strength. We saw an extra special go to Crimbus, Chrono on Kai, Prime Time on Kazan, and Drakkar was forced to take Unstoppable, which is also a very smart pick, given he's on the side of Molly, which will prevent him from getting killed as often as he would have without it. As Wolfman pushes it forward, Big Bro just stuns Beepo, puts it in, and we are back to a 1-1.
Yeah, looking like a potential other 5th point set here, but also Ether Echo there, flashing the Bongoni there, the Mako sort of prestige emote for getting that level 7 affinity. I am now rooting for Ether Echo there. Anyone who uses that emote has my vote. Great dash punch from Molimaneth, even trying to go for the kill flip there, but Big Bro timely dodge, is able to evade all of it. Good fight there as well, and wins the Strike Core versus Beepo. Survives the aggression from Molimaneth and just sends it right through. Kind of just the one-man point there in a way. Just really well played.
Very, very good on that deny, on the core flip deny. Those are very, very hard to time up at times. Wolfgang just sends it through to Beepo, a couple goalie passes, and there's another one. Another goalie pass. And Aether is able to pick up. Oh, a couple stalls from Wolf, and Big Bro just shotguns it in.
Yeah, I think that was also a bit from the proximity drone from now as well, sending it backwards. I don't think it would have changed anything had it not been there, so I'm not going to quite qualify that as known goal. But definitely didn't help, just so much stuff, and a little bit of pressure there. And of course, that is Monumentalist potentially going to now. It's not quite as good as it used to be. It's not quite instant win on Monumentalist now, and it never really was on goalie now. But it's still a really good pickup there, does so much. 1-2 punch, though, on the Drakkar, denies the Juliet, and picks up so much for himself. But that does mean potentially Spark of Agility falls all the way down to Juliet if the Kai does not pick it up here. And he will, in the end, go for that. But Julie still gets Prize Fighter there, or Stacks on Stacks. But I think Prize Fighter is it's gonna be the big fish. You're saying, you know, I have enough damage, just let me get some signs so I can hit them better, and some staggers so I can live a little bit longer. Not a bad pickup there either.
Does size also increase hitbox size? I believe it does, doesn't it?
It does, yes. So you get hit easier, and also your abilities, because Julie's abilities are melee, also get bigger. So I would say overall pretty good, because there's very few chances. Like, ooh, nice aggression there by the side of RIT, getting that first barrier there. The Crystal Thorns as well. The dash punch is amazing. Molimaneth somehow not hitting the core with that dash punch, just taking care of the goalie, letting Crimbus have the score. Good guy Molimaneth there.
It was very, very close. Yeah, it bounced off the top of the like that corner, that top corner there. Just barely bounced off there. It was an entirely separate angle, but that kill from Molimo was able, you know, to give RIT the goal. Another dash punch almost takes out Wolfmang. So who died?
That would be the Estelle going into the center there from Drakkar with that 1-2 punch. Just so brutal there. That's going to be another kill. Ether Echo finding it, I believe, with a Giga Blast point-blank range onto the Julie who had core flip. Just great defense, though, from RIT, not letting them capitalize on this power play. Pass up to Ether Echo, pass down to the Drakkar. Invisibly up on the side, but that's going to be a dash punch getting Kai, and the power play flips the other side. Big Bro going for the dribble, but the Now Arrow interrupts. We have the flurry from Juliet again. The crooked leverage is great. Wolfman doesn't quite have the perfect strike war. Molimaneth winning the strike war in the end. They're really well played. And just checkmating Wolfman with the help of Crimbus on the bottom there, preventing any kind of down clear, because Estelle would just do a stealthing and send it right in.
That was a very good defense by Beepo. That one sent backward, and it almost cost him a barrier. But Beepo, with very great defense, one of the best goalies here in the CCL. Crimbus almost gets knocked off by 1-2 punch. Wreck. Sends it back down. Mollywood not able to pick up the barrier. Great save. Now is able to pick it up. Almost sent up to Mollywood. Oh, and a kill. Kazan.
Yeah, Julie going down the narrow, though. Now arrow and proximity drone. Really good defense. Their crooked leverage misses. Wolfman with Crystal Thorns able to just barely save it in time, but that was so close. Barrier goes down, though. We have Drakkar very close to core flip as well. Wolfman as well on that core flip, very close to it. Beepo all's well. Crimbus with the core flip. The energy is pretty even, but we're going to see the core flips coming out pretty soon here. One from Estelle goes forward, not quite through. Rose warp down, pass up to the Drakkar, passes down. But the core flip counter, amazingly done by Big Bro there. Able to defend so nicely, catching the core flip from Beepo with his own core flip. Just really well played there, though. I mean, Beepo, Crimbus, hats off to you for getting it that far in the defense. But I mean, Big Bro was just patient on that core flip.
If people had missile, who's a kill? If people had missile pulp, that probably would have been saved. It was that Dorito was just short. As Wolfman wins that interaction against Mollyma. Oh, almost a goal from Big Bro. Mollyma with another kill.
Yeah, Mollyma is just finding these kills, but then again, so is the Drakkar. Both midfielders down and out for the count, and the core is in the possession for a little bit of York Spartan. Flips over to RIT Orange. Core flip foreshadow Wolfman, a little bit of an unfortunate angle, misses that corner. They're trying to get this barrier the York Spartans, but not quite able to get it. Crystal Thorns used, but a great crooked leverage from Wolfman. It kind of just diffuses that aggression for now. Goes to the bottom. So many abilities having to be burned by the Kazan just to keep this goal alive. Last second crooked leverage is going to save it. The core flip comes out. Shotgun deflects, pass back and forth, interrupted by the shotgun from Drakkar. Goes forward, gets hit by the proximity drone, but Ether Echo pushing it through. The proximity drone, though, just again and again. The core flip as well is amazing, but it goes like unfortunate angle into the middle. The piercing shot is forward, but the pass is up from Drakkar to Kai. Finally gets the barrier. York Spartans looking to potentially come back, and it's supposed to be a kill onto Wolfman. Can they capitalize? The Crystal Thorns gets it around it, and that is going to be the second set, taken 3-1 by RIT Orange.
What a point. That was a very, very fast point. Or not fast point, just very fast-paced point, let's say that. What a predict from Molly. That was a heck of a predict. I don't think there's very many forwards in the CCL that can predict that. Just predicts Wolfman just popping up over there. And just dash punches Wolfman off of the map. We see Missile Pulp go to Estelle, which is also needed. And a twin drive from now. As Kazan takes Built Different, Egoist goes to Drek. Julie takes Spark instead of Perfect Form, or Rampage even. And Kai, I believe, took Aerials? Is that right? Yeah, Kai takes Aerials.
I'm actually quite shocked that the Kai doesn't deny the Spark of Focus there, because with a Spark of Strength, getting that extra Spark, the cooldown and the cooldown Strength combo is probably the best one for Juliet. Just more abilities that hit harder, especially when you have so much damage already. It's just going to be even more brutal. But that is if they can capitalize anything on that and can stay alive, because that was Wolfman picking up a kill with that Built Different, getting a little bit of extra range and a little bit more damage. That's going to be the Rose Warp to secure the barrier, though. One barrier going down on one side and not the other answer. Beepo just rocks all on the defense, but the Crystal Thorns are absorbed, and Drakkar is able to go invisible up in front. Beepo has the core flip going down to the bottom potentially, but not going to use it just yet. Crimbus using the now arrow there. Dash punch from Almanth is good, but not enough to get the kill. Molten Bolt hits Crimbus, slowing him down, keeping him back. Flurry is really nice, though. Gets a kill onto the Drakkar. That's huge, but it's not enough. The double kill as well from the Kai is amazing, but a bit of a stall here on the corner. 6 seconds, but it's way too long. It is practically an eternity when you are in a 1v3 there. Pass up from Crimbus to Malamaneth, and that's just the first point in the set. I mean, that was what a point indeed.
Great defense from both of these teams. It's just, the Now has more defensive capability than the Kazan. And apparently it was Crimbus who got that second kill. I wasn't paying attention to how. But what a save from Kazan. Beautiful save. The Rose Warp. Just not, good barrage that, a lot of oops going on. Just a lot of cutoffs as Juliet dies.
Yeah, but can anything happen in the power play? 3 seconds, 1, and now Juliet is back on the field. Nothing of material happened. That barrier is still standing. Beepo is really making this Now goalie look very strong. Just not letting the barriers go very easily, if at all. The flurry as well comes out from Almaneth. Nothing too much to follow it up, so it's just a bit of damage on Drakkar. core flip pass is really nice to get some speed and some tempo, but it's not enough. They need a little bit more. They need more just substance behind the aggression here. York Spartans are just struggling to get the material on the other side of the map. They're getting it over there, but then they're running out of steam. Molten Bolt does really nice. We're going so fast in overtime here. Great hold by Wolfman with that primary, keeping the dash punch from Almanath having any effect. Pass back and forth into the now arrow as well. The shotgun interrupts, gets the barrier, open goals on both sides. Great angle from Bro as he finds such a crazy angle into the goal.
What an angle. That's insane. I haven't seen that in a while. I've seen it once before this. That's a heck of an angle. I don't know if he meant to do that, but that was insane.
I think that... I'm going to give him credit. I think that was intentional. And also, like, right when the barrier was opening as well, it was basically perfectly timed as soon as possible. Corflip a little bit late from Wolfman, not able to stop the barrier from going down. A little unfortunate there, but still no goal scored just yet. Chance to come back, as we just saw there. Wolfman going down to the bottom, Big Bro trying to get it forward with the shotgun. Not even necessary. The Molten Bolt is really nice, but it's not quite enough. They're trying to get the barrier, but it's not enough. They're going up to the top. The Rose Warp intercepts, and the Dash Punch gets it in.
The Crimbus almost stole that from Molima. As we now start point 4. No, yeah, point 4.
That's game. Malamaneth, I mean, basically an instant victory there on that point. Just had enough. Says, I have enough damage. I'm just going to kill you, take out the goalie, and score the goal to win the game. Really well played.
As RIT picks up a 2-1, which I believe Surplus did say in the pre-show. A 2-1 from RIT Orange. A perfect prediction. 8 KOs from Mollymonth in a 19-minute game, 19k damage, 167 redirects from both Crimbus and Beepo. You don't see that often, where they have the exact same. That just shows you how often, well, Crimbus was back on defense and on offense, which enables him to get that many redirects anyways. Wolfmang, 157 redirects, 67 saves, just not enough. That Kazan didn't have enough save potential. They just didn't KO enough. I mean, sure, you see 7 KOs. You see 7, but the 7 wasn't enough. With Mollymonth picking up 8 KOs, Crimbus taking another. Just a very, very dominant as RIT now advances to playoffs, and York will have to fight in week 8. I don't know if that's play-ins.
They should be locked for play-ins with 4 wins. They would be playing for playoffs in week 8 to try and get 5 wins for the guaranteed slot in playoffs. But yeah, it really is the damage comp versus the knockback comp. And the problem is that the York Spartans just weren't able to capitalize on any of the kills they got, really, because it took them so much to get a kill. By the time they got the kill, they didn't have anything left. And so, it's like, oh yeah, you get the kill, that's great. And then the core just kind of stalls. You try and pass it around a couple of times, but I mean, you're going to need some ability at least to get it through Beepo from this. So just really well played by the side of RIT there. Amazing defense. I mean, Beepo with the MVP there for very good reason, just not letting the core hit that barrier in so many unlikely situations. But absolutely amazing way to start off the CCL for today.
Yeah, very great performance by Beepo. That was one of the best performances I've seen from a goalie in CCL, at least this season, from what I have seen personally. I forget who had the I forget if it was one of the lower bracketed teams for saves in a game. I believe it was close to 300, I believe, for this season. I forget by who. But that performance there, even though the save count in total was low, that was still a heck of a performance.
Yeah, the quality of the saves is definitely really high from Beepo.
Sure. Especially with the Kazan too. Don't get me wrong, the Kazan had plenty of incredible saves. It just wasn't enough to push York through to the playoffs. But I believe that they should be able to get in next week, given their level of play.
Yeah, there's a very high chance that they can get into the playoffs from here. And at the very least, they're going to be in the play-ins. And I mean, I don't want them to lose, but I kind of want to see them in the play-ins just to have more of them out there, to be able to see them play a few more times. Even if the player themselves just kind of want to be over and done in the playoffs with that secured spot. So that's what they're going to be playing for next week. But later on in the day, we're going to have a lot more teams playing for even just play-in spots. A lot of teams still haven't quite clinched that out. So that is going to be it for today. We're going to see some of those teams duking it out as we go forward. But thank you all for joining us for this first match of the day, and I hope to see y'all for the rest. Stick around and see y'all.
See y'all.